Hi, guys, and welcome back to Midday Match with Livy. Clearly, I am fucking Livy. I have a special guest with me today, Miami's princess, the one and only Nicole. Here's the thing: I'm not even
I'm the bachelorette. I've told you this.
are.
I'm not the princess of Miami. I'm the bachelorette of Miami.
I'm not even gonna say try and say your last name.
Doyon.
Okay, there we go. But you guys know her from TikTok. Like, that's the thing, is everyone knows who you are from TikTok.
I
Like,
know.
that's how I know who you are from TikTok. You guys, we're in LA this week. This is the LA setup. How cute. If you see any of us look this way, it's because we're fully obsessed with ourselves.
Staring at ourselves.
We can see ourselves on that camera. But yeah. He's like, yeah, like, stop, actually. All right. So this week we have a great episode, but I feel like we need to get into a little week intro of like what's happened. First things first, we hop off the plane. We're in the LAX line.
Half of them in the plane.
And in
LAX with a dream.
So we just sing for an hour?
Yeah.
Okay, so everyone knows that I've been dating. Like, that's whatever. That's been a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And Nicole has like experienced it firsthand, though. You guys, like, Nicole knows every little detail. So we're in the line at LAX waiting for our Uber. And I'm telling her, I'm like, he ate my ass. And she's like, he literally ate your ass, screaming, because we're both like loud ass bitches. She's screaming.
Like, fresh off the plane, ass was eaten probably 7 hours ago.
7 hours.
Yeah.
No, because it was a 6-hour flight. So it had to be like 10 hours ago.
Okay. Sorry.
10 hours
Time
ago.
difference, though. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, you're right. My bad. But yeah, hopped off the plane, but we're screaming this at each other. She's so happy for me. But right behind me is a father. There's a full man like with his family, and we're screaming about getting like my ass eaten. Like, everybody knows all of my business now. Like, that's the one thing. I wanted to update them on that. Like, what the absolute fuck is wrong with us? But like, literally, who knows? And then do you want to tell them about the mummy, or do you want me to tell them about
the mummy?
Yeah.
This was horrifying.
This was really funny to me.
So me and Livy go to Erewhon.
Yeah.
And this was her first experience. We were walking there. I'm like, no, it's so close. It was like a 3-mile walk.
It was a good 4-mile walk. I thought I was going to pass out.
We were getting delusional. We were so hungry. We were fresh off the plane, starving.
Yeah.
So we're walking, and I mean, like, I can't describe what I saw besides
this man came out of the bush wearing like a mattress.
No, a duvet.
A duvet.
An entire mattress.
I'm like, what the fuck?
No, he had an entire duvet over his head, and his arms were out like a mummy. Like,
yes. The man was clearly like, how do we say this nicely?
Well, I couldn't tell if he was homeless or like cool.
He was not. I mean, no man at like 2 p.m. is going to be wearing a duvet.
But like, no, all of the fashion around here teeters on that a little bit. I'm like, is that trending? But this man appeared from the bush, turns a hot corner, duvet cover over his head. Livy is closer to him. She has no reaction.
I kind of
I have like, I look at her for a minute and I'm like, why are you not reacting to this? He starts coming closer to me.
Yeah.
I scream, I jump, I almost pee myself.
Yeah.
Like, I was so scared.
And I just could not stop laughing. Like, I was just like dying laughing. I was like, I literally don't know. It is what it is. Like, whatever.
That's what I imagine the apocalypse would be like.
Yeah, because he really came out of there like this.
It was The Walking Dead. I can't, like, I feel like it was one of those things you had to be there.
Yeah, you had but it was terrifying.
Truly horrifying.
So LA is unique, to say the least.
To say the least.
Like, to say the least, I feel like that's the best way that I can describe it, is like unique.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to see this world out here. I feel like I told you to write a week intro, but I know you probably did it. My week intro, you guys, is that like I just feel like I've been doing so much business, which is like I'm a business girly, which I wasn't expecting.
I've been like social girly.
And I love that for you. But I'm like in my business era. Like, I met with my managers yesterday. I'm in my business
contracts era.
I had
girl boss.
I'm in my contracts era. I had like a meeting, and then I had to go to a business dinner, and I was like, who is she?
Yeah.
Whatever, cute. But like,
doing amazing.
Yeah, doing good. You've been in your social era, which I really do love, and I'm ready to enter my social era. But you're also gonna hit your business like era.
Yeah, Livy's pushing me to be more in my business era.
I was like, don't say specifically what I'm pushing you to do.
No.
Yeah.
You're pushing me to be more of like a girl boss, which I needed.
I am a little aggressive. Like, I did sit on her bed for like a good
it's good
10
though.
minutes.
I know. I got home yesterday at like 11 p.m. and she was like, this is what's gonna happen. And I was like, you're so right.
I was like,
and I need that. I need a friend like Livy.
You need a lawyer. And it was just like a whole thing. But yeah, that's where we're at. We have some really interesting topics for you guys.
We do.
And these are just sparked off of like our like everyday conversations of like me like dealing with something. And I'm like, so recently I've been telling Nicole It'll be like just randomly like 2 p.m. and I'm like, I shed a tear a minute ago.
I know. And I was like, wait, what?
Like I shed one singular tear.
No, the first one was when you got off the plane. And you were like, okay, I'm going to be honest with you. We like ran no one, silence. Livy looks at me, I'm going to be honest with you. And I was like, what? And she was like, I cried on the plane. And I was like, wait, what? She was, okay, I shed a few tears on the plane.
I shed a tear.
And I get that.
And this is, well, I'll tell you guys why I'm shedding tears. No, planes will do that.
Yeah.
But also I was shedding tears. Okay. We all know, I don't like to be like, I'm seeing somebody.
No, it's too new to say that, I would say.
But I'm seeing somebody.
But you're engaged. No.
But I'm getting married soon.
Livy's dating somebody who is a green flag.
And that's so new to me, you guys. Like, I'm used to the red flags and, like, the toxic-ass motherfuckers. So, like, I did shed a tear because, like...
Every time you say that, I just picture like one singular teardrop like dripping down
my face. I shed a tear
which
because
is so Cancer of you.
It is.
You're really living up to your stereotype.
I know, and it's so disgusting for me. It's the reason I shed a tear was because I'm such like a girl boss, independent, like fuck these men, they can die. I'm so sorry, but like I think
they can die.
They can die. That's I built a brand off that. That's my life kind of thing. And so when you're and also I've been burned in the past in dating. And so when you're dating again and you like meet someone where you're like, wait, this is like exciting. Like I like this person. Like I'm excited to be talking to this person, be like doing what I'm doing with this person, all these things, getting my ass eaten. No, I'm just all these things. It's so fun that it gives me like anxiety. And we were talking about that with Allie on the hike today. Not like anxiety, but it's like, okay, what the fuck? Like I keep saying like, this is like too good to be true kind of vibe. Like that's what I'm feeling. So I'm waiting for like, not the foot to drop. What is it called?
I think
the foot to drop.
Something's gonna drop.
Something's gonna, whatever. I'm waiting for like the bad to come out. Whatever.
She's seeking bad.
Yes. Yeah. And like, I just feel like you've been helping with
Too good to be true vibe.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, like what can I find that's gonna like ruin this thing? You know what I mean? And it's
self-sabotage.
Just like self-sabotage for sure. And I think that's not like talked about enough of like getting out of something or like dating again, but it's like healthy dating. Like how the fuck do you like navigate that?
Yeah. It's tough going from something that you get used to these toxic patterns and they almost become normal. Like it's like, wait, like I remember I was dating like that guy that I was dating for so long. I cried every single day to the point where I thought like crying every day was normal.
And I was like, Nicole, what the fuck?
And I was like, wait, crying every day is not normal?
No, but I've also been there.
It's crazy. And just to like be in this healthy, secure situation with someone where you don't feel like you need to constantly be getting like their words of affirmation or be seeing them all the time or text them constantly or in touch with them constantly to be like, I'm secure in this person and I know that like they're out there respecting my boundaries.
Yeah.
And I'm respecting theirs. And that is something new.
Yes, it's a crazy thing to like wrap my head around. And it's just like, I don't know, it's all just been so like good from the start. You know what I mean? So I think that's just where I get like scared and I'm like, why is it? You know what I mean? And it's just like, I don't know. I was telling Nicole, like, I definitely have control tendencies where I like to, like, control situations. So I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I almost want to, like, get ahead. Like, oh, like, you're not going to hurt me because, like, I, like, all those things. Which it's, like, that's obviously not healthy. And, like, I don't want to live like that.
Yeah. I think it's really scary to be in something healthy because if something does go awry, it's not that big, like, oh, he fucked me over. He did this. Fuck him. Fuck that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, well, maybe I fucked up. Like, it's a little bit, you have to reflect more on, like, your tendencies and your patterns when you're with somebody who's healthy. And being in something that's really toxic or unhealthy can be kind of, like, fun and, like, oh, whatever. Like, I don't even like him that much anyways. Like, it's easy to place blame on somebody else when you're in a situation like that.
Yeah.
Whereas when you're with somebody who is healthy, it's like, okay, well, if something goes wrong, it could potentially be my fault. And I actually really liked this person. It's easier to lose something or get fucked over by somebody who maybe you didn't take as seriously because they were like a fuck boy or like dating other people or sleeping around.
And that's what you knew it was the whole, like you knew you were getting yourself in a shitty situation.
You always know when that's happening. And that is a way of you protecting yourself. And being afraid to be vulnerable and opening up. And we were talking about this, being vulnerable is way more difficult, but it's way more rewarding as well because you're going to find a deeper connection with somebody. But you know, you're not used to that.
I'm not.
And you have this script in your head that, like, to be a girl boss, you can't be vulnerable.
Yeah. And that's, like, the crazy thing about it, too, where it's, Cause yeah, I'm like a girl boss, all these, and I'm so in touch with like therapy and stuff, and I like love therapy, everything like that. But I feel like I get caught up with dating, especially like being a girl boss. I like how it's like being a girl boss while dating. Boss. No, but being a girl boss while like dating. Yeah, and it's like that's the thing is it's like I built, and I'm so big on this. I'm like I built a brand. Like you're not gonna make me look dumb, and that was the thing yesterday. I was like you're not gonna make me look dumb. Like I built a brand off this shit, and it's like.
But she said it out of nowhere.
I did say it. I said it to the man's out of nowhere.
He didn't do anything wrong.
No, I just randomly texted him, and I was like, if you
Livi, why did you say that?
I don't know. And then I realized I was like, okay, that's like the trauma talking because like I've looked dumb in the past and like I don't know, I think now there's a different pressure for me to date under what I've built. We've talked about that too, where it's like I built this brand and it's fuck these men, but also like take the best care of yourself, love yourself so much and all those things. But I feel like a part of loving myself too is allowing myself to be vulnerable, especially while dating. And it's like so new to me. And I'm day by day with me. I feel like it's day by day. I was thinking about it while I was doing my makeup today.
Yeah.
I was like, I will probably like do a therapy session when I get back because I haven't been in like therapy like that much. I do it like every month because I'm just like, oh, like my life's amazing. Like I love it. And like my life is still amazing. I still love it. But now I want to be making healthy choices.
Yes.
Like when I'm dealing with someone that's also healthy and like recognizing my traumas and like why they're happening, which like you help me do, but like you're not my therapist.
No, I'm not.
No, and I'm not.
You can start paying me, then maybe I will be. No. Someone said to me yesterday, like, can you date when you're not 100% healed? And I feel like you're kind of, in the same boat. So am I. I mean, we all have baggage and things that we carry from past relationships, past traumas into new relationships. And I think obviously healing just like removes barriers and like it removes the opportunities for more flare-ups when you're dating somebody who's healthy, like when you have more tools and like coping mechanisms yourself that you've gained. But when you are, I think you should start dating even if you're not completely healed, because something like that, like now it's like you see your flaws and you see the areas now that you need to work on.
Yeah.
And it's mature to be like, okay, you know what? That was me projecting. That's nothing you did. I know what I need to work on. And if you put the work in, then it's totally fine. It'd be different if you were like projecting and not like doing anything about it.
That's like even yesterday I texted him and I said, so I was projecting. That was me projecting. But I think it's important to like realize that too, that I was projecting and like acknowledge it and take full accountability. Like I was oh my God, I was projecting. The little words, the words that get me. I was projecting. That's on me. That like the trauma entered the chat. Like it is what it is. And like I recognize that and now I don't want to deal with that again. Kind of thing and like move past that. But yeah.
You should never rely on somebody to obviously completely heal you, but
no.
I do think that it's healthy. Sometimes it gives you that extra push.
Right.
And it sheds light on, your weaknesses. And can we now grow together and help each other and aid each other in that? And that is going to build a stronger relationship and partnership. And they're going to understand you now more.
Yeah.
And that's when it opens up the conversation of, okay, what are your boundaries? Like,
right.
Or like, what am I doing that maybe is triggering you? And how can I lessen that for you or make you feel more comfortable, you know? And that's a beautiful thing.
That is a beautiful
it is.
I shed a tear.
Did you?
I shed one tear. Also, we said yesterday where it was like the real healing begins when you like actually date again. Like when you're like, I'm healed. I'm like, I think I'm like so healed anyway, I'm not. But like
no, nobody's ever completely healed. I'm not just calling you out. Like there are things that like I'm still dealing with from my childhood.
Oh, yeah. Me
like,
too.
And like it's not even about being 100% healed. It's finding ways to work through those things.
Right. But I feel like it gets put to the test when you're dating again and you're dating someone that you like and you're like, I enjoy this person's company. I enjoy this person as a whole. And it's like, that's where that's where the triggers come in, where it's like, oh, okay, like, fuck, now I got to work through these triggers and I have to like recognize what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. And it's like, for me, it was just like a control thing so I don't get hurt. And like, it's a
self-defense mechanism.
There we go. That's the word. Yeah. Self-defense mechanism. The way I'm like,
you're protecting yourself.
Yes. And I'm protecting myself a little too hard. And I think I use the brand as an excuse to like not get hurt. Oh, 100%. Now we deep dive on it. But I use that because it's like, that's my job. That's what I do for a living. That's what I've built. And I've worked so hard to build that, where I will use that as an excuse. Like, you're not going to make me look dumb. I have this brand. You know what I mean? And it's like, no. And you said that like, he will never make you look dumb. He'll make himself look like you. I'm never going to look dumb.
Yes.
Even like, yeah.
As long as you stay authentically yourself, I don't think you could ever look dumb.
Yeah.
And I think you start to look dumb, I think, when you like, when you start making problems that aren't problems. Like, you're making me look stupid. And he's like, wait, I haven't even like done anything yet. Or I'm afraid of that. It's like, no, but he hasn't done anything. So, but also it's like, I said to her, I was like, Livi, you're literally human. You're allowed to make mistakes. And yes, you built this brand, but you are not your brand.
Yeah.
Like, you are a person with emotions. You are like a soul. You're gonna make mistakes, and it's okay. And that's why people love you, because you are raw and vulnerable, and you share a lot, and it takes a lot of courage. And as much as you think you aren't vulnerable, you are, because you share so much on the internet.
I do.
And so do I, and it's tough, and it got a little bit in the way of me, where I was like, I had to take a step back, because I was like, I'm now giving advice that I'm not even taking, because I'm so caught up in, fixing other people's like stuff that's going on with them, and like, I know what's right, but I am making the wrong decisions. So like, I literally talked about this yesterday, and I was like, I felt a little bit imposter syndrome, where I was like giving girls advice and I wasn't taking it. Yeah. And it took like the actual guy who I was seeing and I've joked about it with him before, because I'm like, I shouldn't be doing this. He literally just made a TikTok on this. And he was like, how does it feel to like know you're not taking your own advice? And I was like,
the way I would punch him in the head.
You were like, just inside of me. Like, sir, are you kidding?
Like,
because like he knew, and like we were friends, but it was just like, and he also, I think, felt a little guilt. So that was his way of like really being, because like we were both, it takes two to tango, and he knew that like whatever. But I was like, he's right and I'm right. Like, I've said this to him before. He's saying it back to me. Hearing it come out of his mouth, I was like, okay, whoa.
Right.
And that's when I was like, okay, I need to make sure that I am practicing what I preach, but at the same time, I'm human, and I practice, and I'm able to preach because I've like
you're practicing. No, that's the thing. It's like you're making the mistakes. Yeah. You can tell them, hey, like this is why. This is, don't do this. I already did.
And I'll never sit there and also be like, don't do this. I'm gonna be like, I did that. This is the result. That's what's gonna happen. You know that. And if you want to do it and experiment yourself, do it, because that's how I learned. And I don't think you can talk anybody out of it doing anything that they want to do. So
you brought up like me not being my brand, and I'm like, we're just gonna jump into that because I like that topic of just like us not being our brands but still being our brands at the same time, and like dealing with the pressure of social media, because like that's what we do for a living, and like also living your life in the most like authentic way possible, I guess. So like, how is that for you?
Well, when I first started to like gain traction on TikTok, and you also are kind of new to this too. Like, you just blew up recently, and you blew up way bigger and faster than I did. And it's a lot. And I think like it's really tough to find that balance. Like, when I first started, I was like, I had to be on TikTok nonstop. I felt like I needed to share everything because I was like, they need to know what's going on.
Right.
And people it is fun. And people will take as much as you can give.
Right.
And then it got a little bit messy for me, where I had to be like, okay, I was like at parties, like pulling up live. Like, I was out like on live.
Not
like
in the club,
I was
on
at
live.
the bar on live. Like, I was like, guys, we're live. Like, and they were like, are we live? And I was like, no, I know. And it was impacting my friendships almost, as they were like, can I say this right now? Like, can we talk about this? Because like, there are things that, normal people or people who don't do social media don't want to share. And I'm like, I need to respect that boundary, but also, am I sharing too much?
Yeah.
And I was.
Oh, I feel that.
I was definitely sharing too much.
Yeah, I feel that.
Not because like, not to say like anybody like crossed my boundaries, but it came to the point where it was just like, there needs to be a separation.
Yes.
And also figuring out that not everybody around me is going to be comfortable with me sharing.
That was a big thing for me to have to realize. Like, not everyone's comfortable. Like, I could go on the internet, talk all about dick down my throat, whatever, but like other people are not going to want their dick on, you know what I mean? Like, that's not comfortable for everyone. And that was something, because also like growing big, like you said, like you're getting all that traction. It's addicting.
It is addicting.
It's addicting. And then it's like, okay, what's
I can't stop.
Right. It's like, what else can I share? Like, what else I can say 20 times more. And it's like, but then it impacts your everyday relationships. And that is not what I realized. Like, I didn't realize that going into it, that it's like, that affects dating, that affects my friendships, that affects everything. Like you said, like going live, where it's like, I'm like, to my friends, I'm like, I'm filming. Like, we can't filming because like we are people. Like, everyone's normal. Like, we don't want every little thing on the internet. But it is a balance of like living your brand and like what to share and what not to share.
Yeah. I also had to make sure, like, I had conversations with myself and be like, am I doing this for the content, or am I doing this because I genuinely want to do this? Because for a while, like, I was on this dating kick. Everybody loved my dating content. So I was like, if I stop going on dates, who am I? Like, if I'm like in a relationship, who am I? Identity. I was like, I need to keep going on these dates and having these stories for these people and sharing everything. But I was like, am I actually enjoying these people's company? Do I actually want to go out with them? Because at the end of the day, it's wasting my time if it's not. And your time is the most valuable thing that you have.
100%.
So that was also like a lesson that I had to learn, where I was like, listen, people are going to like me regardless. And I don't sometimes need to have all these big extravagant stories. Like, if they don't like me because I'm like, if they can't hang with me like in my bedroom, like
what I love
if I
to
just
do,
like doing
just, like,
daily
chill.
normal things, then like they can unfollow me. But like, because I can't maintain that lifestyle. Like, that's not me. Like, I remember like there was this like month where I was like nonstop partying, and then it's like everybody thinks that now I have to be nonstop partying, and I'm like, no, but I'm not like that.
No.
So it's definitely was like finding the balance of who I really am, sharing that. And if people don't like that, fine.
Right.
But if
fine and like, fuck you. But like, fine, fuck you. And that's fine. And then you're finding your people.
Yeah.
100%.
Exactly.
And that's
better. Like, building something that isn't,
you said
like, OG supporters.
Right. You said, what did you just say? Where it was like, if I'm not dating, like, who am I? That's literally me. And I'm like, if I am dating and I am in a healthy relationship,
what happens to your content?
What happens to my content?
Because everybody knows, like, when you're talking about getting your ass eaten or it's sucking a dick, it's his.
Yeah.
Or if like he fucked you over, it's him, and then people are gonna come after him. Maybe not, but
and that's what I mean. Don't want. And that's why I know moving forward, like, I'm going to take everything that's happening with this man, and I'm gonna like keep that pretty close to like. I'm not going to share all that anymore.
Yeah.
Literally yesterday, I made a TikTok about
right now. She's done.
Right now, after I just talked about it, I'm fucking done. Stop asking. No, but like, I'll definitely take notes along the way, and I'll put it into like a longer form content kind of thing. But I think it's important for my own growth.
Yeah.
Because like the internet will have these. Like, you guys had me convinced I was about to meet like my soulmate the past fucking week. Like, the thing is, when I went on a date,
I know they will ship anybody.
They like ship me with this man, and I'm like, he's boring as fuck, and I'm like, why did I even like?
They get invested, and that's why almost with the dating thing too, it was like everybody's like, can I get an update on this guy? What happened to him? It's like. Or I'd go out with like a different guy 2 weeks later, and they'd be like, "Well, what happened to so and so?" And I'm
he
like,
died. No,
I'm like, well, that would make things easier.
So
oh my god,
I would. Like, I'm gonna start saying that.
No, like he passed. He's since passed.
He's gone.
Like, oh, remember that show Next?
Yeah.
Like, why can't we normalize that again? Like, Next, like, just didn't talk to him anymore. Like, what's the problem?
It's never like that.
And then they're like, and then there's the guys who are like, okay, well, you're a slut. I'm like,
I get that a lot.
I'm like, because I went on a date. Like, what does that even mean?
I'm such a whore because he ate my ass. You know what I mean?
And that man probably ate 4 other girls' asses. No,
exactly.
But like, it's like they're acting like. If guys were doing the same thing we were, they would not be.
Yeah. I also think we talk about this all the time where people online think we're a lot crazier than we are.
Yeah.
Like, I think they think we're taking like 5 dicks to the face every night
like
together.
Slapped.
Together.
Yeah.
Like, literally. Getting like, fuck.
No.
We're both
oh my God, I haven't had sex in so long.
No, I literally say this all the time. I have not had good sex since July. That's a year, almost, kind of, in my book.
Mm-hmm.
That's a year. Mm-hmm. Like, low-key celibate. Like, we're both low-key celibate. And you
like
would never...
high-key over here.
You are high-key celibate. Which I now want to talk about.
Well, I did make a decision, actually, to be celibate.
So let's talk about
it. For a little bit.
Because I feel like that comes from the next topic I want to talk about.
Because I have finally admitted to myself that I cannot have casual sex.
I can't either.
I can't do it.
I can't do it.
I am who I am, and it's fine because every single guy, like, I'm not like, oh my God, I'm so gorgeous, beautiful, which, but like every single guy,
him like,
he's like, no, you really are.
Yeah.
Every single guy that I've ever been with, like, has either wanted to date me, like, or I didn't want to date him. So it was never a problem.
Right.
Like, I slept with him, they wanted to date me, they were my boyfriend. Like, I've never just casually hooked up with somebody long term and like they didn't want to end up dating.
Right.
So this past situation, I don't even know what the fuck
you can call it a situation,
but it's not.
No, but it wasn't. You're discrediting yourself.
No, it's. I don't even want to credit it to be a situationship because I truly hate the word situationship. But
okay, so it was like a relationship.
No, it was like I was friends with this person loosely, and like we also like hooked up a lot.
Yeah. That's a bigger
for a while
than just like,
and like he was the first guy who didn't want to date me, and I could not wrap my head around it. And I'm still convinced that he wants to date me. Like I am. Like I'm like, no, he's just not ready.
Yeah.
And like,
which I do.
He knows I'm endgame, so that's why he's like fucking around with other girls.
Yes, but
get it out of your system. But it's like,
get it out, babe. But that's not fair to you, and you're not going to like. I've talked to her about this a lot where it's like we're not gonna put up with that. That's just not going to. As hard as that is.
So I did make a decision like when was it? Maybe 4 or 5 months ago, I think at this point. Maybe longer. I don't even know. I'll have to check the calendar later. But I was like, I am not gonna have sex. The next person who is inside of me is my boyfriend. And that's it.
That's kind of where I'm at.
And it's honestly so good for me.
It is.
I can think clearly.
Yeah.
I can see clearly. Like
is good.
Yeah, that one. So I just it helps with my decision making. I think sex makes things so messy. Like I think people who can do it, amazing. Like I love that for you.
No, all the praise in the world. Jealous. I can't do it.
I fucking wish, but I can't do it.
No, I'm not that girl. Like I tried to convince myself one time that I could do casual sex, and it literally.
Why are we all convincing ourselves?
I'm like, why am I convincing myself I can do? I can't. I'm not that bitch. I think
it's like wanting to be like that cool, chill girl.
I'm never gonna be her. I'm
not cool crazy. Or chill.
Right. No, I know I'm fucking crazy.
No, yeah.
So like, why am I even gonna go like, I don't care? Like
I know the craziest thing? I don't think I ever told you this story. So quick little story time. So this guy who I'd been hooking up with, right? He would always call me if he needed something. Like and I loved that because I just love being there for somebody. I'm like, yes, he'll fall in love with me if I do this favor.
You love supporting someone.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So I can fix you. So he's away and he like left his phone in the Uber on his way to the Bahamas. And I get a phone call and I'm like at my tattoo event. Like I got shit going on. Right. I have an event to go to later to meet Joe Jonas that night. Like I have stuff going on, right? So he calls me or his best friend calls me and I'm like, oh, to what do I owe the pleasure? Because I knew they were all away. And I was like, y'all miss me? Like I knew you wanted me to come, but whatever. And then he was like, no, it's so-and-so. And I was like, oh, hey, like what's up? And he was like, so I dropped my phone in the Uber and this like random lady has it and I'm gone for the next 4 days. Like, do you mind grabbing it for me? And I was like, I mean, I like, what's the time framing? Like, whatever. He's like, she'll be home from this time to this time. I'm like, well, last time I had to be at the event, but I guess I can scoot out from the event, grab your phone. I got you. Like, I was like, I would want someone to do that solid for me. Yeah, I don't want my phone with a random person. And I'm like, oh my God, he called me. Right. He called me. Like, whatever. So I leave the event. I go to the event, leave the event, get his phone.
You
like
leave
20
your
minutes
own
away.
Event.
No, I finished my event.
Okay.
Go home, get ready quickly, go to the Joe Jonas event because I had to be there at a certain time. Then after I leave midway through the event to go get his phone so his phone's not with this random Uber lady. Now I'm in possession of this man's phone.
Oh, wait, I didn't even think
about that. No, I am in full possession of this man's phone.
I didn't even think about that.
And I'm like, what's going on? But obviously I'm like on Ancestry.com. I'm like, what is his mom's birthday? Right. Like trying to figure out the password to get in. Like I'm like I need to know date. Like I need to figure out all the numbers. It's always it's probably 6969. Tried literally. It. Wasn't that 1, 2, 3, 4? Wasn't that? But like I'm looking at everything that's coming through this guy's phone. And I'm like, oh my. Like, I knew it was bad, but I didn't know it was that bad. Like, I'm seeing text messages, like Snapchats. I think he had Snapchat notifications for like 30 different girls. And I was sick. I was sick. I had to put the phone away. Like, I almost had to lock it up. Like, I was like, I don't want to look at it. Like, there was like one particular girl who like I knew was kind of like this. And she's like texting him at midnight and he's telling me he's not talking to her. I'm like, okay, like this is a lot. And I'm like, why the fuck did he ask me to get his phone out of all people when he knew that I was going to see all this stuff coming through?
Do you know what I immediately think? I immediately think that was the universe showing you exactly what the fuck.
No, it was. I was like, I saw what I had to see.
You saw it.
Which was like, so crazy.
And it like probably killed. Like, I think I would
it
die
did. But it's crazy that wasn't even the straw that broke the camel's back. The straw that broke the camel's back was something different, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
It's like always the smallest thing. But it was a buildup of stuff. And then I hand him his phone back and I'm like, please get it away from me. He's like, why? What? And I'm like, don't act like you know.
If you're gonna be a whore, own it. You know what I mean? If you're going to be that kind of whore, like what? Like I
just thought that was the most unhinged thing ever.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Like he has guy friends in the city. Why did he hit up me?
Why did he do? That's just like
everything?
So fucking shitty. I hate that.
Yeah, I'm like,
no, I really don't like that.
Like, what?
Yeah, tell them where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram at Nicole Doyon or TikTok Nicole_Doyon.
That's where they can find her. All right, love you guys. Make sure to rate the podcast 5 stars.
Obviously.
Make sure to comment that we're gorgeous, fun, and beautiful. Mm-hmm.